Voltron Season 8 came out a little over 2 weeks ago, and the reception has been, for lack of a better term, mixed as hell. People love it and say it's a fine conclusion of the show, while others say they hate it and it doesn't really follow through with what they originally set out for the series. Okay, first, let's get this out of the way. I'm on the side that agrees that Voltron Season 8 was a good final season. The reason I'm saying this is because I feel this season completely wraps everything up for the series. The character arcs are done, the battle is won, and for the most part, whether it's happy or not, everyone has the ending that kept the universe safe. Plus, along with all this, the action is still there, the comedy is still present, and the characters are still fun to watch. For the main characters to the side characters, everyone has a moment to shine, and that's why I think this season is a good final season. Now, for why people are not liking this season, that can be for a variety of reasons that I'm going to go into right now. First off, people are saying that this season felt rushed and that there wasn't enough time to devote to characters or plot that would make for a cohesive story. This is an even bigger deal if you consider that this season had 13 episodes, so there should be enough time to get all the eggs out of the basket and tell the story. To this season, along with the other seasons, have been planned out from the beginning, and you're already watching something that's been planned from the beginning, middle, and end for years now. So it's not hard to imagine that this was all planned from the start. The second thing to look at in all this is relationships weren't really realized or happened and people didn't want to happen. Atlantis has the biggest ship following the series, and while I do see it having a positive impact, I have to be honest when I say that I never really saw Atlantis as a ship that will be canon in this series. Now, I know I'll cause hate when I say this, but I've always seen Mantis and Keith's relationship as a platonic enemies to friends relationship. In fact, I can go as far as saying that they were displaying the classic enemy and friends trope that a show like this can get into. But with that being said, I cannot deny that they are icons for others, and they can continue to be such for others. But for me, I never saw Atlantis as a legitimate endgame for the series. With that being said, the Allura and that stuff I can honestly live with, as I feel this was just a viable path. At the start of the series, we got two people who were involved in a one-sided relationship trope. One side wanted the girl, while the other side didn't want the guy. But that's at the start of the series. As the series went on, we got character development and maturity for Vance and Allura, and we saw them form a relationship over time. So, I can live with the fact that they took time to get to know each other, they got to understand each other, and eventually form a relationship. And I'm glad this show didn't go the path others would go and have it be forced. It felt natural, we see them grow, we see them bond, and honestly, I can live with that. And as far as on the topic of Allura, her death totally had fans up in arms saying she didn't deserve to die. And yeah, while I can understand feelings that people have, you actually have to understand what the crew are trying to do. The way I see it, Allura always wanted to bring peace to all the universe however she can. And this act shows how far she goes to do such a thing, even if it means dying for it. Which in all fairness, and you can disagree with me here, is something she would do. Now, I can go into more detail about how people feel about this and what other things are in this season that make people upset. But I feel these are the big ones that people have to deal with. And for that, the video should be over. And yeah, but at the same time, in doing research for this video, I actually found something interesting. There's a petition to have Netflix release any content related to supposed original version of Voltron Season 8. And linked to it is an archived Tumblr post that lists various clues and evidence that would suggest this being the case. Now, personally, this sort of thing of studio interference is a sad reality in the world of Hollywood. But for Voltron Season 8, is there really a secret cut of the final season that is totally different from what we got? Well, by my opinion for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, I don't really know if it exists. Until we get legit evidence that can suggest otherwise, and not just from this post, but from people high up in production, I'm just going to say that what we got is what we got. And whether this petition has any actual power behind it to make this work is totally up in the air. But seeing how we might actually get one of the greatest halftime shows of all time soon, Dreamworks should at least make a statement considering the whole fandom at the moment is on fire, and the only thing to extinguish it will be answers. But in the end, I feel Voltron Season 8 set out to accomplish what it did, and I had fun along the way. It's sad that people don't feel the same way, but at the same time, it's understandable why that is. What do you think about Voltron Season 8? Do you think it lived up to the expectations, or do you think it totally fell flat? Put in the comments down below and tell me what the case is. I'm going to put a poll on Twitter as well, so you can put answers there too. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Follow my Twitter, Productions EOF, for updates and of course for the poll, and on my Newgrounds page, EOF Productions, for updates and sneak peeks of upcoming videos. Anyway, that's all I have to say. See you next time.